obvious, sordid situation. And I have decided that I will be releasing my thoughts and my concerns, but also my strategies for us all to become much stronger, to withstand the fast pace of revelation that's happening in our world nowadays. I've had some conversations with friends about what's going on, people that have also been aware of the warnings about the time that we are now living in from very young age, as have I. And many people who are also not really aware or not paying attention, and even some who are purposefully turning away from discussing the topic in the news nowadays. I'm sitting in a double bind where I don't want to feed the negative energy too much on the astral level, and at the same time I think we need to pay attention to it. So I'm going to be doing it in a very discerning way, a very careful way, and I'm inviting you to those discussions. I'm inviting you to partake, to share, because the main point is that we need to get much stronger to be able to transmute and process some of this underground darkness that's been revealed to us, and really look at our own selves. What do we have inside of ourselves that is enabling maybe others and their negative behavior? What are there in us? What aspects of us are not very organized, very ethical, very much in integrity? Because all of this together creates the collective psyche and consciousness of our planet. We all have an unconscious collective disconnection, let's say, with our shadow selves and our parts of ourselves that we are not proud and happy about, but we also hide things that we don't like about ourselves away, and we try to make others responsible for them, or even blame and shame others for it. But then there are times where we cross certain boundaries, and there are people who cross boundaries that we would never cross. So inside all of that is a very big conversation that I'm inviting you to on these pages. On my channel, I'll be sharing. One very important step I'm making right now is to tonight gather with women and talk about spirituality in leadership, in self-leadership, but also collectively. What are we here to do in our femininity, our compassion, and our ability to balance the yin and yang energies in ourselves is quite an important skill that we have to develop, but also a kind of discernment, a kind of awareness and seriousness about the state of affairs in the world right now. And of course, if we can work with ourselves, we really may actually be able to do the type of inner work that we need to bring forth a new sovereignty within ourselves and in how we influence the field around us. So if you're in and if you're ready for this kind of evolution in your own being and your own spirit, I'm welcoming you to these calls. And of course, tonight I have the God Essence workshop in Larnaca, which is a very special impromptu gathering of some leaders and some women really preparing for the Women's Day event on the 8th of March. And we're going to be having that exact discussion. What have we learned in the last 5 years and developed in ourselves that we think can help others? And then what do we hope to cultivate in the next 5 years in order to deal with some very serious confronting things that we don't agree with? What can you think of that might be something you need to develop in yourself in order to stand more ethical, more strong, more sturdy, and more real about what you believe to be true and right in the world? Because unless you do, the darkness is going to swallow many, many things unless you shed some light on them. So I hope this has made some sense and made you think a little bit about where you really stand in this big debate going on in the world right now about right and wrong, ethical, unethical practices, corruption, justice, and how we tend to cover up. And I say we because we are all collectively involved in how we collectively project out into this reality and create the world the way it is. So if you're not doing something about this in your own life, or if you yourself are shady in certain areas and you're not cleaning it up, you know, that's something you need to look at. Thank you for watching this far. I look forward to seeing you more on the channel, and in March I have a very, very powerful month planned for you. We'll be doing energetic alignments, things you need to say to yourself every day in order to get your energy under your own management. Otherwise, it becomes hijacked by all this hyper information out there, hyper stimulation about all the kind of negative stuff that's going on in the world, and many, many more things. And of course, there's also going to be the Energy Medicine Summit, where some very special doctors from Africa, India, and South America are going to be meeting to talk to us about the future of healthcare and how we can take a much more serious look at how we integrate health practices going forward. I hope to see you at any of these events, and whatever you do, make sure you are thinking about your sovereignty. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.